Hello everyone, Scott Weingel with the College Planning Network here, and today what I want to talk about is how is college aid, college need-based aid actually determined? And a lot of times that's the $64,000 question I get from parents who have kids about to go to college is, will I get need-based financial aid? And keep in mind that there's different forms of money that's out there. There's need-based aid, there's merit-based aid, there's scholarship money. There's a lot of different ways to lower what you pay for college, but on the topic of need-based aid, it all comes down to a pretty simple formula, and that formula is the cost of attendance minus your expected family contribution equals need. Okay, that's how they determine what need-based financial aid, what a family is eligible for. Now, the cost of attendance can vary. Cost of attendance at a school could be as little as $18,000 a year, could be as high as $55,000 a year, so it definitely can vary. Now there's a lot of misconceptions. A lot of people think that if my income's too high, I'm not going to get need-based financial aid, and that may be the case, but you have to keep in mind on what that threshold is. Now there's a whole formula to go through to actually calculate your true family contribution, but if you want to do a very rough draft in your head kind of snapshot of what that number is, the easiest thing to do is to take 20% of your income. Let's say your adjusted gross income on your tax returns, $100,000. Well, just once again, very rough math. There's a lot that goes into this, but just to take a kind of 20,000 foot view, as you take this number and you multiply it by 20%, that's $20,000. That's ballpark your family contribution. Now keep in mind that there's other factors that go to this. There's, we're not looking at assets, we're not looking at how the income is generated. So there, once again, very, very rough draft here, but 20%, $20,000. So let's say the school costs $30,000 and your family contribution is $20,000. That means that you are now eligible that year for $10,000 of need. Okay, that's annually. Now, where it becomes tricky is that some schools may give you 100% of this money, meaning they'll give you the whole 10 grand, they'll say, here you go, it's yours. Other schools may only give you 50% of it. And if that's the case, what happens is out of the 10,000, they're going to give you 5,000. But now you're going to have to pay the other $5,000. So not only are you paying your $20,000 family contribution, but you're also paying $5,000 in unmet need. So that's why it pays to know what schools have a good history of giving, of meeting a large percentage of need, and also giving a large percentage of the money they give you in free grant money. Now, someone making $200,000. Using this same formula, let's say their family contribution is very roughly $40,000. Well, let's say they have two in school, both looking at schools that cost $30,000 a year, just using a simple example here. Well, now the cost of attendance for the family is really $60,000 a year. And your family contribution then is the $40,000. As a family, you're still eligible for $20,000 of need. So that's why we say that you could still make a very nice six-figure income and still potentially get need-based financial aid, okay? And meanwhile, we have people that we see that make $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year that could still get aid. It might not be need-based aid, but there's other dollars that are out there. So the point of all this is obviously just to give you, once again, a rough idea how to calculate your family contribution, but more importantly, make sure you're looking at the schools that'll meet a high percentage of your need, not the schools that you get in and you think you have a $10,000 need, but then they tell you, sorry, we only meet 20% of the need, and now you're stuck with the bulk of the bill. So with that in mind, for other strategies on how to make paying for college more easily affordable, definitely check us out at www.collegemadesimple.com, your family's single source for college admissions and financial aid planning. Take care.